G'day everybody, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well. We are still in the Jabal Ifrit al-Shaq area, and in the previous episode we were following along this quest line about the missing crew of the Tisiphone, and we've been to several slaver camps? Well, not camps exactly, bases, to see if we can follow the breadcrumbs to see where these missing crew may have been kept, and, well, to potentially save them. I doubt that anyone is still left alive, but still, we are just sort of following along that quest line, and it should be bringing us a little bit further north from our current position here. So the missing crew were apparently taken to a testing station of some sort. So I believe the testing station is just right below us now. So let's see if we can try to hunt down more clues and see if we can complete this quest line before sort of moving on to other things. Just gonna tuck this away so it's out of danger from any sandstorms. This is a relatively large base as well. There's probably going to be some intel here for us to take, and I'm keen on obviously looking for all intel that we can find. Okay, I almost didn't hear the beeping there. Let's try and take out a few people from afar. Bit of spiced beer, I'll take that. Okay, let's try to get the intel as fast as we can and then move on to going into the testing station. I think that's the entry way over there, so yeah, let's power through here. Now, I am actually still on the lookout for some more fuel cells, although I probably do need to be a little bit careful about how many I pick up, just because there's probably going to be a lot of stuff in the testing station for us to pick up as well, so... Okay, onwards. Need to find a key. There it is. Oh, really bad combo here. Our shields are holding though. Yeah, that grenade really did a number on us. And again. There we go. Alright. Good stuff.
Attention. Briggs and Molander have been sent to the slave pits, each with a dozen inkvine lashes to speed them on their way. Let this be a lesson to you all. We make examples out of a select few slaves when needed, but only when we have orders from above. We are here to do a job. The captives are not your personal playthings. Anyone who doesn't understand that will join those two in the pits.
Okay, intel. Fantastic. Again, another room full of very dead people, and for some reason, people are not really a big fan of cleaning up around here, but anyway. Yeah, I actually don't need the aerothrite crystals, I would have to say. I'll leave those. And if push comes to shove, I might need to perhaps let go of... I don't know, what else is heavy? Maybe some of the fuel cells we might need to leave behind. Depends on how much weight we actually need, but... Alright, so that clears that part of the objective, but yeah, we still need to go inside and actually look around. Hopefully it's not going to be too difficult. But yeah, I do plan on completing this mission and then sort of going back to our home to continue with our building efforts, because I did make quite a bit of plastone. I'm not saying that I have enough plastone to complete everything, but we should be able to make a decent dent in the build plans, so that's what we're going to do. So, more stuff downstairs. I don't know if that's the main way for us to traverse, or if we should stick to whatever's going on up here.
I see someone!
Someone, get up!
See someone. Need to reload.
Need to reload. We've got incoming.
I knew someone was creeping up on me.
Found them.
Good. Definitely need that. Ooh, tempting to grab like buggy parts and stuff, but I don't exactly need it. I might leave it for the time being. Buggy boosters are arguably not as useful as the storage. I'd rather have my buggy outfitted with storage. Yeah, that's unlocked this door. One down. So there's another corridor leading down that way. I think I might go with this door first. See where it leads. Quite spacious.
Reveal yourself.
What do we have here? Sandbike engine Mark III. Ooh, what do we have here? The number just keeps going up. Where does Drago think people come from? The Jabal Ifrit has been picked clean every time some helpless Pion stumbles into the area. We have 3 teams on the chase in moments, and yet he always wants more and more. How are we supposed to get them? Alright, and with that, we've completed this particular quest line, so we should be able to just turn it in right away. Okay, and is there another part of the contract? New evidence. Pick up the message and deliver the message. Contact the issuer. Doesn't look like it's in this testing station. It's probably somewhere else. Yeah, okay. We need to go back to, what is this? Halcyon? Halcyon? No, Helios Gate, rather. But I don't think we're done with this place just yet, though. There's more loot to be had, obviously. What is this? Power Pack Mark II. I don't think it's worthwhile. And our sword is about to break, unfortunately, so we're going to need to downgrade to a different sword. Could prove problematic, but hopefully it's not too bad. I actually have quite a lot of those bandages. What's this? ALDAX-804, shipped to Neo Carthag. I'm not sure if that's really relevant for us right now. Maybe another quest line we might have to come back here for. I wonder if that's it. It might be, actually. I don't see anything else in this room. I don't see anything connecting to any other rooms. Alright. I think that's done and dusted. Time to get out of here. Hopefully before any of the enemies respawn. Okay, I'll tell you what guys, I might meet you guys back when we get to base, just to speed things along. Okay, so not quite the home that we want to be in to do our, construction, obviously, but there is a reason why we're here. So firstly, I do have a lot of stuff on me, which I am still just storing in this location for the time being. We'll do a really big move between episodes, so you guys won't have to sort of sit through any of that. But yeah, I do want to just tuck away a few bits and pieces here just so that we can clear up the inventory a little bit. And there is another reason why I want to be here, and that is because, well, we've got a lot of blood, firstly, so I better throw that into the purifier. Although, maybe I could do that back at home in the other base. But nah, that's alright. I'll deposit quite a bit of blood here just to, top up our blood reserves, and that should let us, craft quite a few other things here with obviously additional water. So we'll have things running. Do some steel, and we may as well do a bit more aluminium. I am sort of running low on the aluminium ores, but that shouldn't really be a problem. I should be able to get some more. Now, aside from that, I also want to construct one thing that probably has been available to us for a little bit. These thumpers, I don't really know where we're going to be using these just yet, so I might not worry about thumpers for now. Suspensor belts. Well, I think we've got a very special version of the suspensor belt, which might actually help us. The Emperor's Wings Mark 1. So I'm not sure if this is better than what we currently use. Power drain 14. Yeah, I have heard that the Emperor's Wings might be better than the full suspensor belt, but this is something that we found very early on in the playthrough. That's why I've sort of not really given it too much thought, but perhaps maybe I can give it a go and just compare to see what it's like. And then one more thing, which is the... it's not exactly the cut array. Let me just have a look at the research for a second. Exploration... No, is it in exploration? I'm looking for mining. Here. Cut array Mark 4. So this is made in the survival fabricator. So I'm just gonna see if we can actually make this. Might not have the water for it, but... Actually, have I researched that? That's also a very good question. I have researched it. I just need to make it. So why can't I find it here, though? That's strange. Thumpers... Ah, here, sorry. It's in this submenu, the gathering tools. We also have the industrial static compactor, which might be useful. The cut array Mark 4. So I figure maybe we should get one of these. And that way we can get rid of our old cut array and use the new one to start gathering stuff, and things should get a little bit more efficient as a result, right? And then we've got better compactors, so... Assuming that everything that's sitting on the very top is the latest available to us and therefore the best, maybe we should get this, or maybe we should get this one. It says worm attraction intensity is medium, which is much better than even the normal static compactor. So yeah, maybe I should get that, and we can sort of just replace quite a few bits of our equipment by doing so. And then, yeah, suspensor belts. Yeah, here. So this Emperor's Wings sit quite low on the list. So I'm actually wondering whether or not this is any better than the full suspensor belt. Or perhaps maybe there's a Mark II version somewhere else, which I haven't exactly discovered right now. But I'm prepared to give this a try right now, just to see what it's like, and if it's not really any good... Yeah, no. Definitely not better than the Leap suspensor belt. Which means, well, I may as well trash that, actually. But speaking of trashing stuff, we could trash some of the other pieces of equipment that we are probably no longer going to be using. And... yeah, we should move on to a bit of building. Just repair that. I don't think anything else desperately needs any repairing just yet. Let's throw in a few things in here. So Cutaway Mark III, Static Compactor, and the Emperor's Wings. Cool. We should have a few more bits of material from all of that. Right, I am going to move on to make my way to the new base. So I'll actually see you guys there. And when we begin again, I think I'll jump straight into construction. So you can expect me to sort of speed things up, just so that you don't sit through, you know, too much of the fumbling around, obviously. So yeah, I'll see you guys when we get there. Righto guys, hope you enjoyed that little bit of building there. Well, it was actually quite a bit of building, wasn't it? We have made quite a bit of progress here. Our tower, I suppose, is almost there. And I don't know how I feel about this tower at the moment, because the only purpose it serves is to connect our main home up here with our garage down below. Don't know how necessary that was all, but I don't know, I enjoyed the entire process. Obviously there's a few gaps here and there that still need to be addressed, so we'll take a look at that. And I'm not entirely sure of this platform thingy that I've built for myself just yet, so I'm gonna, you know, sort of rethink that. Unfortunately another sandstorm is coming through, so I'm gonna have to tuck our ornithopter away just momentarily, and we're gonna have to seek cover. But that's perfect timing actually, because I did want to talk to you guys about the fact that one of the missions that I had completed had a reward waiting for me, which I hadn't picked up for a while, and it turns out to be a still suit at the level of our current one. And that's just as well, because, you know, we're losing durability and all that sort of stuff on this. So I could probably switch out to this new still suit. And not only that, but it does actually give you a higher armor value for each part. So I think I'm going to switch everything out and
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is
rock
approaching.
this for a little bit, at least until we find the next best armor to use. I do still have the old still suit, obviously, and look, I kind of want to get rid of it, but it took us a while to make, so I'm a little bit hesitant. But if we find better armor later on down the track, I mean, this is definitely going into the recycling bin. But yeah, we should be able to rock this new still suit for a little bit, at least until we find better armor, as I said. So let's just take a look at this sandstorm. I think it's still about to come through. Yeah, there it is over there. So we're going to have to wait a little bit. So I may as well discuss with you guys what the plan is moving forward. And I figure maybe we do want to continue on the Atreides questline. We could continue with the Tisiphone questline a little bit as well, because, well, if we go to Helios Gate, we do need to speak to, obviously,
Sector weather alert.
what's her name?
A large sandstorm is approaching.
Andrea. But while we're there, we could always pick up this message and then deliver it where it needs to go. But let's tag this first. The next thing that we need to do is to enter this sandfly base. It's about 900 meters away. Let's just figure out where this thing is. Relative orientation to it is in that direction. There. Secrets of the Stone Sentinel. I don't know if we've been to this sandfly base before. Likely not, which means that we might have some intel to also grab. And oh, actually, come to think of it, maybe we have been there, because this is where we find the industrial pumps in this area. But yeah, just waiting for this sandstorm to pass us by, and we should be good to go. Alright, let's move. Yeah, and I do like the fact that we've got a little bit of height to work with immediately from where our base is positioned, so it should make it getting around a little bit easier. Well, in theory anyway. I am a little worried about the amount of fuel that we have remaining for the ornithopter, so I do have a small fuel cell, I think. I'm just gonna see if I can top things up a little bit. Yeah, okay, that should do it. But I'm definitely gonna need to find some more fuel, and I'm going to need to make actual vehicle fuel cells eventually. So I think the entrance is just over here. So let's park this thing. And we're going to have to fight our way through, obviously. Shouldn't be an issue. And yeah, may grab some blood while we're here. So we need to enter the sandfly's base, but then I'm not entirely sure what we need to do here. Finding a container, apparently. One down. A couple of those flamethrower guys. Three of them, actually. It's a bit difficult to see each and every one of them while they're throwing out their flames. Okay, that was very messy indeed, but we got over the line. Get rid of that. And that. I still don't know what to do with this Chome Communinet transceiver, and it doesn't seem like I can destroy it, so I probably need to just figure out what to do with it and try to get rid of it. There we go. Oh, I can definitely use another small vehicle fuel cell though. So where's this container? Off in that direction, about 200 meters. More enemies through there. It's probably where we're going to find the fuel pumps. And you know what? It might not be a bad idea to grab those industrial fuel pumps, because I don't really have a lot going at home at our base, and you never know, we might actually have a need for some more at some point. Yeah, I remember being here and finding intel here already, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, don't need any more blood. You know, speaking of blood though, these blood bags I've been carrying around quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure if it's the best of ideas to continue doing that moving forward, because we perhaps maybe can survive without the need to constantly gather blood all the time, provided we can continue to produce water at home. Oh. Soft revive. Yeah, I got a little bit overconfident there. And I've got the Liturgon that can actually carry quite a lot of water on it as well. So, because we've got a combination of several things to try and make water, including the Dew Scythe Mark IV. Perhaps maybe it's better that we, you know, use one thing at a time. Maybe if we're rocking the Dew Scythe, then we can grab water that way, or, you know, we can grab blood. That way will just give us a little bit more carrying capacity, and we're not constantly strapped for space all the time. Because as soon as we pick up any small amounts of ores and stuff, that's pretty much it. Won't really be able to do too much more. Whoa, man, that was very, very big lag there. Radiation suit, a full one. Interesting. I might take that actually, because there is that radiated area in the I'd like to say the Haga Rift, which it would be nice for us to go in there and be able to explore without, you know, having to immediately duck out every so often. Top up on ammo. Huh. There's a gunshot there. Oh.
Need to reload.
Okay, must be in this building somewhere.
Who's there? Eyes on target.
Come on then. So I feel like maybe there have been updates that make melee combat a little bit tougher. I'm feeling like some of the enemy melee attacks can stun us now, and it wasn't the case before. Where is this container? Over here, maybe? No. further up. Must be in here. But I do need a key. Nice takedown there.
Let's get the bastard.
Give me that. And give me all your loot. So right here. Perfect. Alright, so I guess I just need to go back to Helios Gate now? Yeah, I think so. That'll give us the opportunity to continue the other quest line as well. So, Power Pack Mark IV. How's our Power Pack looking? It's still relatively okay. So probably not that desperate to grab another one. So yeah, a few more industrial pumps. We probably don't need like that many, but yeah, hopefully we'll have enough industrial pumps to last us for, you know, whenever, well, at least whenever we need more industrial pumps. Okay. Let's get out of here, because I just want to avoid any more sandflies from respawning. I guess I'm a little bit too late. Looks like they've already respawned. It's alright. We should be able to ignore them, for the most part. Brilliant. Alright. So, off in that direction. Someone's base over there. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, everyone's starting to get really ambitious with their base builds, and I have to say, so there's this really interesting vehicle that a lot of people have been keeping. It's very large. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I figure it has something to do with... actually, no. These two are probably just ornithopters, but I have seen another type of vehicle. What looks to be like a ground vehicle, very large. Perhaps maybe it has something to do with gathering spice. Alright. Andrea.
I did not calculate seeing you today.
All I could find was some spice residue from the shipping container.
Interesting. Let's see what you have. That does fit the profile of the Sandfly's illegal spice trade. A possible dead end, but I will have the sample tested. I calculate you're ready to participate in a deeper level in the game I play. Congratulations.
What now?
Your work has been exemplary. I've put in a good word with my mentor, Thufir Hawat. Mentat to Duke Leto Atreides. I want you to visit him in person.
You sound like you admire him greatly.
He is the finest man I know, the perfect Mentat. He has all the pertinent details of our investigation, but I'd like you to mention one more thing.
And what is that?
I've built a strong case against the man most likely responsible for all of these deaths, an influential and respected businessman in Arrakeen.
And what's his name?
Ambrose Lucifera, scion of a minor house of the same name. I've collected evidence of corrupted business ventures and a connection to Captain Skorda. What's more, he knows several of the victims of the tainted spice and has been in contact with a Harkonnen agent. I intend to put a stop to this. I'd like Thufir's permission to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera with extreme prejudice. He's on Arrakis briefly, so our window of opportunity is small.
Should we be so quick to assassinate?
The equation is simple. On balance, this man has inflicted death and misery far outweighing the benefits of his existence. He must be eliminated. What's more, he should be eliminated by us, thus sparing the honor and dignity of more righteous members of House Atreides.
This Ambrose should be eliminated at once. I'll talk to Thufir Howard.
You have my every confidence.
I feel like we've met this Thufir before. Or am I just dreaming things? Anyway. There we go. I do need to see if I can speak to another person about the crew of the Tisiphone. So, picking up a message. Alright, so let's see where this takes us. Downstairs somewhere. About 100 meters that way. That doesn't seem to open. So how do we get there exactly? Maybe from the outside. Maybe up there? Maybe. Ah, here. Okay. So the message is being left by Dead Drop. Suspicious message. Alright, well, let's pick that up. And we do need to deliver this message somewhere, right? So, where do we need to go next? That relative direction. Okay, we just need to take it to the trading post. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult for us to do. As long as we can just break out our ornithopter, that is. Okay, and while we're here, and since I can see some, I may as well gather a little bit of basalt. And now that I have this new cutter ray to work with, I'm also getting a lot more yield every time I do this. Should make gathering up materials for building and all that sort of stuff a little bit easier. So I think the trading post is sort of on the low ground here, so... Who are we delivering it to? Just the board? Yeah, probably. Okay. There we go. What's next? In that line. The Tisiphone. Yeah, there we go. So that's all complete. Fantastic. I think we got some cash out of that as well, right? So that'd be good, because I did end up spending a lot of money trying to buy all of the build pieces that we're using. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? I think this might be a good place for a bit of a break. So, did a bit of a mix in this episode, I would have to say. A lot of building was done, but I'm gonna prepare even more plastone so that we can get into even more building in the next episode as well. One thing that I haven't exactly done more of is going to the deep desert, and I'm very keen on doing that. So I might try to focus on preparing stuff between episodes so that we can go out to the deep desert in the next one as well. Thanks for watching. As usual, drop me a like down below, some comments if you want to get in touch, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.